What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Today I have a very special video for you guys. We are doing a low ball handle dribble tutorial. I'm not talking below 90, I'm not talking below 80, I'm not talking below 75, I'm not talking below 72, I'm talking below 70 ball handle dribble tutorial default animations. And if you've seen any of my videos with my Kevin Durant build, which you see right here by the way, you know that I can cook with a 55 ball control, and I'm going to show you guys just how to do that today. So the first thing is I'm going to show you guys all of the animations that you need to dribble with a low ball handle. Now this is for builds with 55 ball handle below, 69 ball handle and below, right? So let's get to the animation. So the dribble style, you can use a lot of different options, okay? If you don't have a speed with ball of 75, I would use Chelsea Gray. If you're taller than 6'10", I would just use fundamental because that's your only option aside from the default, and it's slightly better. But if you can get a speed with ball of 75, I would use Paul George, I would use Shifty, I would use Quick. Those are all really good options, but since I haven't gotten that far enough yet on my build, which I still can, but right now we're just going to use Chelsea Gray. And then the only other really important animation that I'm going to point out as to why you're using it, and the rest you should just copy anyways, but the basic spin. The basic spin is how you do the really popular Steezo spin, which I'm going to show you guys how to do today. Okay? So let's get to some basic dribble moves. So the first basic thing is how to speed boost. So basically speed boosting is, in this game, what you want to do is when you're standing still, you flick diagonally up in the direction opposite to your ball hand. So for example, let's say the ball is in my right hand, right? If you want to do the speed boost, you're going to flick your right stick up and diagonal to the left, and then you can speed boost in that direction, or you can do what's in this direction and speed boost in the opposite direction by just holding your left stick to the right once you press right trigger to run. Okay? So that's how you do a speed boost. Now, one of the really important animations that I also forgot to mention is the normal moving crossover. You must put that on because when you're on a fast break, let's just say you get a rebound, you go on a fast break. You can see this with my Giannis build, which I have a lot of videos out for, my KD build. When you're on a fast break, people are going to try and pluck you a lot. So they're going to be reaching for the hand that the ball is in. What you can do is you can hit them with this moving crossover, and you get so much separation on the fast break that you can actually shoot right off of it afterwards if you're in like shooting range. Once you do the move, it gets so much separation, and you can really catch a lot of defenders off by doing that. And it's simple. When you're running, all you do is you just flick up on the right stick while you're running, but don't press right trigger while you're doing that. Okay, so we're gonna get to a little bit more advanced stuff here. Now we're gonna talk about the Hezi step, which is really popularized by Hezi. And what you do with this move is you're not holding right trigger for any of this because you're using basic animations, and it's a lot easier to do a step back on this build with default step backs by just flicking the right stick to the back. But basically, the Hezi step, what you do is you're going to flick the right stick in the direction that the ball is in, and then immediately flick your left stick in the opposite direction. So let's say, for example, the ball's in my right hand. Flick the right stick to the right, and then immediately flick the left stick to the left, and that's how you do the Hezi step, which you'll see right now. And then what you want to do in a combo after that is just do a regular step back by just flicking the right stick down. Okay, so that's how you do a Hezi step, right? So the next thing we're going to talk about, and the next two things you can use as a really good combo with each other, the next thing we're going to talk about is rhythm dribbles. So rhythm dribbles on bigger builds that don't have super high ball control is something that can become kind of difficult to do, and you have to understand the timing of it. So basically what you do is you hold right trigger, and you're just going to move your right stick, flicking it left and right. And you're going to see right here, you're just flicking it left and right, you're doing this nice little combo. And if you do it too fast, you are going to run into a situation where you can accidentally do a little fumble the ball animation, and you don't want to do that. So you want to find a nice little pocket where you can do it just fast enough that you can actually combo with it. And not only that, but you don't have to do just flicking left and right. You can also flick diagonal down to the left, diagonal down to the right when you're crossing from one hand to the other. But you just need to play around with it a little bit to understand what kind of combinations you can do and what you can't do without like fumbling the ball. So that's the rhythm dribbling. So the next thing, which is a very popular thing and it's used by a lot of builds, especially builds that have better dribbling, is the snatchback animation. Okay, so basically the snatchback is, let's say you're driving to the basket, right, and you want to snatch back and hit a three-pointer. What you can do is you can flick the right stick up and then immediately afterwards flick and hold the left stick back, and you're going to get this really nice snatchback animation, which you're going to see right now. It's actually one of the more simple moves to do, and it's very effective because then you can do some really good combos with it. You can do the rhythm dribbling out of the snatchback, and then you can do some other things as well. That's how you do the snatchback. So now let's get into the first basic combo, which is you can do the snatchback when you're driving to the basket, and then you can do a little bit of rhythm dribbling by flicking the left stick left and right. You can move, hit another snatchback, start rhythm dribbling again. Just, you know, start being a little bit more unpredictable and understanding that you can combo with those two things pretty well and start getting your defender moving sideways. So that's the first combo that we can talk about, where you can put a little practice in, figure out what kind of combos you like doing out of that, as you see right here. But the next big thing is going to be the Steezo spin back. Okay, so the Steezo spin back, basically what you do is you're doing a between the legs cross, and then you're going to spin the right stick to the direction that the ball is in your hand, right? So for example, let's say the ball's in your right hand. That's what I'm kind of just using for everything here. If the ball's in your right hand, you do a between the legs cross by flicking the right stick directly over to the left, not diagonal, straight over to the left. And then as soon as it crosses over to your left hand, you're going to want to take your right stick and spin it from top to bottom in the hand that your ball is in. So if it's in your left hand after you do the cross, take the right stick, flick it from spin it from top to bottom to the left. And the same is for the opposite. Let's say you start with the ball in your left hand, you do a between the legs cross to the right, and then you take the right stick and you spin it from top to bottom going to the right. So that would be a clockwise spin, and the other way would be counterclockwise. So that's how you do the Steezo spin back. And then the last thing, and this is one of the best moves that you can do. This is a good kill for a lot of different moves, and you can do a lot of different things off of this, which is our moving hezi. Okay, so when you're moving left or right, and make sure you're moving pretty to the left or to the right, and you're not doing like any diagonal movements, because you'll get a really bad hezi animation, which is not what we're looking for. When you're moving to the left or the right, flick the right stick to the hand that the ball is in. So for example, as we've been using this entire time, if the ball's in your right hand, flick the right stick to the right as you're running, and you'll get these nice little hezi animation. And you can escape this move by going in both directions. You can do the hezi and then still run in the same direction, or you can do the hezi and then cut back the opposite direction, which is a really good kill move. The other thing that you can do, which is something that I'd like to do, is to fake that I'm going in one direction out of the hezi and then go the other. So basically you do the hezi move, and then let's say you do the hezi, the ball's in your right hand after you do the hezi. What you can do is then hold the right trigger and then flick the right stick diagonally and up to the opposite ball hand. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it look like you are going to run back the other direction, but then you immediately take your left stick as soon as you move back to the left, and all you're going to do is then run back to the right with your left stick. It creates this really nice animation. It's going to take a couple seconds to basically understand how to do. Basically, that's pretty much it for all your basic combos. What I would do is I would kind of just make a list of all these moves and go through them in order. So what I would do is I would maybe do like the crossover on the fast break into a Steezo spin, and then once you turn around and start coming back up court, do a hezi step into like a snatchback, and then do the rhythm dribbling into another snatchback, and then you can do the moving hezi into a snatchback. Like once you understand that like you have all these combos in your hands, you can do a lot of combinations with it, especially the rhythm dribbling, the snatchback, and the moving hezi. You can do a lot of combos off of those three moves specifically. You know, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of other moves you can do. I'm gonna make a separate video about all the mechanics that you can do and get into in the post, especially since you're a big man, and it's going to be more than just your basic backing somebody down and drop stepping them in the paint. Okay, we're not doing that. I'm talking hitting him with shimmy fades, hitting him with jabs to the left, and then hitting a shimmy fade. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. I have to myself refine my post control a little bit more before I make that type of video and learn more, but that's going to be up on the way. I have my Carmelo Anthony build coming out maybe in a day or two, but yeah, this is going to be it. This is the big man ball control video. This is going to be my first video of 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace.